Hello and welcome. My name is Tshepang Rammala, and today I'll be presenting my hard news analysis as I unpack a story that's making waves in South Africa. Analysis of the article is Gigaba says ANC's NEC has lost direction by Lizeka Tandwa, presented by myself, Tshepang Rammala, and published on the 17th of August 2025. The article I chose as from the Sunday Times, written by Lizeka Tandwa, published on the 17th of August 2025. The headline of this article is Gigaba says the ANC's NEC has lost direction. This presentation looks at hard news article written by Lizeka Tandwa. The article reports on Umalusi Gigaba saying that ANC's NEC has lost direction. In this presentation, I'll be discussing the following: the lead and the gist, the 5 W's and H, the news values, and also the sources that were used in this article. Moving on, I'll be explaining what a lead is. A lead is the opening sentence of a news story that gives the most important information, and it also attracts the reader's attention. In this article, the lead of the story is that Umalusi Gigaba criticized the ANC's National Executive Committee, saying that it has lost direction. What is a gist? A gist is a main idea or a summary of the story. It tells us what the story is mainly about. And in this article, the gist is that Umalusi Gigaba believes that the NEC lacks a strong leadership and a clear focus. And he also argues that this is weakening the ANC as a political party. Moving forward, I'll be explaining the type of the lead in this article. The type of a lead that we have in this article, we have a delayed lead. A delayed lead is the introduction in the news story where the writer does not give the main facts straight away. Instead, they start with a story's description or interesting details to catch the attention before explaining the main news. So, the type of lead in this article is a delayed lead because it starts with a dramatic opening before even giving the key facts. In this article, the lead says, in what is likely to rattle cages in the ANC embattled, former Minister Umalusi Gigaba has delivered a strong, stinging rebuke of the party's National Executive Committee, saying it has failed in its objectives. We're going to move to the 5 W's and H. Who Umalusi Gigaba, a former minister and ANC member who has authority to speak about the party's internal issues. What? He criticized the ANC's NEC and said that GNU should not have included the DA. Where the interview appeared in the Sunday Times, a newspaper in South Africa. Why? Umalusi Gigaba believes that ANC's NEC failed in doing its duties and that including the DA in the GNU was a mistake. How? He expressed his views in an interview which was led to the ANC taking disciplinary action against him. And we are now moving to the news value. The story is timely because it's about a current issue. It has a prominence also because Umalusi Gigaba is a well-known political figure, and there's also conflict since it exposes the disagreement inside the ANC. It has impact because whatever happens in ANC, it does affect South Africa as a whole, and proximity because it's directly about South African politics. And finally, to conclude, we're going to be looking at the sources. The main source is Umalusi Gigaba himself, which makes sense because he's the one who's making claims. And then we have Lizeka Tandwa, the journalist who reports on what Gigaba said and adds context. So overall, the story is reliable, I can say, because it combines a direct source with a professional reporting. I am Tshepang Rammala.